Hello everyone, my name is David Adam, the famous producer, and I am here to present a pitch for the movie Metroid, Stolen Valor. The movie starts out with Samus descending down to Earth from space. Samus, being an ally of the human race for centuries, is greeted with the hero's welcome. The human race as a whole rejoices at first, but something isn't quite right. Samus is not who she says she is. It looks like Samus, but guess what? It ain't Samus. Unbeknownst to the humans, Samus's home planet has erupted in a global civil war. An unimaginable evil had risen within her people, and that evil was now moving on to a new planet, Earth. With the death of Samus's home planet Zebes, Samus was now being kept prisoner on board the mothership. Samus had a front row seat to the end of the world. Will Samus escape in time to save Earth? Or is the planet doomed? Follow Samus, played by Scarlett Johansson, and Benny Blades, played by Dwayne Johnson, as they race against the clock to save the human race. I'm going to go over what we believe will be the top 5 expenditures for this film. The first biggest expenditure would be special effects. This movie is going to be an action movie. It will have many scenes filmed in front of the green screen, so it must have the best and most efficient special effects team available. The second biggest expenditure for this movie we believe will be hiring key positions. This movie, in order to be the best, has to have the best, so we need Dwayne Johnson in it, and we need the best producer and director money can buy. Dwayne Johnson being in it, he is expensive, we get that, but he draws a big crowd at the box office and will help with total revenue. The third biggest expenditure we're going to have is hiring the other cast members. A couple people I have in mind would be Scarlett Johansson and Kevin Hart. Having other A-list actors and actresses will help bring in more people to watch it. The producer we want for this movie is Steven Spielberg. We chose him because he was able to make Jurassic Park have so many monumental moments. The director we want to go after for this movie is James Cameron. We want him because of his CGI work on the movie Avatar in 2009. There was a ton of CGI done on the movie Avatar, and there's going to be a ton of CGI done on this movie. The fourth biggest expenditure that we believe we'll have making this film is the video editing team. Since this is going to be an action film, it means there's going to be a ton of cuts made throughout the editing process, which means we need the quickest and best editing team available. The fifth biggest expenditure we believe we'll have making this film is securing the music. We believe that the music must be done by the absolute best. It needs to be epic and it needs to be dramatic. We have chosen Hans Zimmer to create the soundtrack for this movie. That's because of his music in Inception in 2010 and Interstellar in 2015. He won awards for both of those soundtracks for those movies, and when you hear his music, you think of epicness and you think of dramatic, and that's exactly what we want this movie to be. We believe the approximate time for all phases of production will be as follows. The development of the film, originally slated to be 52 weeks, is actually slated now for only 26 weeks because me and a couple of my colleagues have been secretly working on it over the last 6 months. We believe pre-production should be able to get done in 12 weeks, and production and post-production should be about 15 to 20 weeks each, depending on any snags we run into or unforeseen circumstances that happen. The training required by this film will be with the actors, stuntmen, and stuntwomen, and production team. There are going to be many big stunts in front of the green screen, so the stuntmen and the actors will be trained on the stunts they will be executing. The production team is going to have to train to capture the stunts being performed. Here you can see a list of everyone we think will be working in our department. We chose a lower number of people for script writing and producing and directing because we think that less people involved means that it will be easier for everyone to share a specific vision. We chose a lot of visual effects personnel because this movie is going to be heavy on visual effects and we know they're going to need the help over there. Final Cut Pro will be used as the main editing software and Logic Pro will be used as the audio software. The chroma key effect will be used in Final Cut Pro for all the green screen scenes. A vignette effect will be used on the movie scenes to create a black fade around the edges of the screen. The graphic editor will be used to illustrate scenes where the protagonist is recalling his memories of the way it was before all the madness breaks out during the movie. The soundstage we will be using will be Atomic Studios in Los Angeles, California. We chose this location because most of the actors already live in the area and it has 5-star reviews. We will also shoot parts of the movie in Yuma, Arizona, which will mimic a desert Martian environment. And another shooting location we will be using is New Orleans, Louisiana. We will film bar scenes there, downtown scenes, and plantation scenes. This movie is going to use computer-generated imagery, CGI. Since Metroid is going to be a sci-fi action-packed film, there will be CGI scenes that show outer space. CGI will also be used to shoot the action scenes that take place in the city because giant explosions will be happening everywhere in the film. Traditional art will be used when there is non-action scenes taking place. That wraps it up. Thank you for your time. We hope that you choose to invest in Metroid Stolen Valor because we believe that this movie is going to be the next big blockbuster sci-fi action hit in Hollywood.